process. My goal is to start the process for painting the walls, changing the paint color. So far, I've only done my hallway. I've only painted the hallway, changed the paint color. That's where I started. Originally, my goal was to do hallway and bathroom. After just kind of learning everything I needed to know about painting the hallway, I decided that I needed to pivot and that the bathrooms were not going to get done along with the hallway. So the hallway became its own project. Did I learn my lesson from setting ambitious goals at the beginning of a project? You would think that I did, right? Like, you would think that I learned from that. But once again, I'm gonna set an ambitious goal. If I meet it, I meet it. If I don't, I don't. I'm still gonna set it. So the goal that I'm setting is to do this bedroom. Okay, let's not be too ambitious. Let's say one bathroom. Let's say the bedroom and the bathroom connected to it, okay? Let's start there. How about that? But I would really like it if I could knock out both bathrooms. How am I feeling? Because, you know, I like to talk about my feelings. I'm feeling slightly overwhelmed and I'm feeling slightly intimidated. Why? Alexis, why are you feeling that way? I'm feeling that way because, well, let's talk about the bedroom. Let's split the rooms up. So in the bedroom, I don't know who designed like the home, the designer, the architect person that put the plans together. But why did you put like this much space, like literally, like, can you see it? Like this much space. Why is there this much space in between like a corner of a wall and a door frame? Why? Why is it that much space? That kind of makes me feel a little anxious, right? Going into it. I'm just being honest. Also in this room, I have a TV mounted. What I've learned with projects that I take on is that I have to make the projects really kind of bite-sized, like the steps kind of small, so I can action them so I don't just quit mid-project. Unmounting a TV and then the thought of remounting it, that would blow this whole project. No rooms would get painted. So my plan for that, to overcome that challenge, is to just avoid it. That's the plan. I just want to avoid it. But that is what is causing me to feel anxious in this room, because I can't just paint all 4 walls like I want to, because basically I have an obstacle. The obstacle is the TV being mounted, and I don't really want to unmount the TV. I don't want to paint around it. The goal is eventually to unmount it and paint it, remount it. But that's future Alexis's problem. That's not my problem today. My plan is to paint 3 of the 4 walls in the room and leave that remaining wall as like an accent wall. I get to kind of test out how I feel about having an accent wall with the existing paint color. This particular wall doesn't really need too much prep to it. Like, it doesn't have any really, any holes that I need to fill in. It's not something that's like a major eyesore, so it can serve as an accent wall in the room. But that is contributing to my feelings at the state of the beginning of the project, right? Because I want all of the walls one color, but I also don't want to unmount the TV. So I have to sacrifice somewhere, but that is contributing to how I feel in the room. I think this room should be pretty easy. There are a ton of, and I say that, but then I remember what it felt like last time. This room has a ton of outlets. When I was in the hallway, for whatever reason, I kept forgetting to take off one particular outlet cover. I don't know why I kept forgetting that one outlet cover. And then once I discovered it was there, I just didn't take it off and I kept painting around it. I'm gonna try to make sure I take off all the outlet covers. I'm gonna try. So, but again, having to take off all the outlet covers, thinking about all the screws, that's contributing to how I'm feeling going into the project. Like, it's like the small parts of a project in the beginning of the project that make you feel anxious and make you feel overwhelmed before you even get started. I think all in all, the bedroom should be pretty simple. Only thing I have to do in here, clean the walls, take off the outlet covers, cut in and roll. And I'm only doing 3 of 4 walls. So that's the game plan for this particular room. And if everything goes according to plan, that should be very simple. The bathrooms, with the bathrooms, it's not like just a square or a rectangle like the hallway. It's not a rectangle like the hallway. Like, you have the shower, you have the light fixture, you have behind the toilet that I have to kind of get behind. So all of these, like, my brain is thinking about them like obstacles that I have to overcome to be able to get to my end goal, which is painting the wall. So I'm anticipating that those things are going to be challenging, and that's causing me to go into the project feeling slightly overwhelmed and anxious, right? Like, that's just the honest truth going into the project. What I have to do in there, since I've already cleaned everything out, I have to clean the walls. Now, I need to patch the walls. In thinking about filling in those holes, I'm feeling kind of anxious about that. Like, it seems like it's a lot of work. But that's really kind of how I'm feeling. That's how I'm feeling going into the project. I know it will get done. I know it will be something that I love, but I always want to be transparent about my feelings in the beginning of the project. The goal is to split this kind of into 2 days and split it into categories. So because I'm trying to do multiple spaces, if I can clean all the spaces, then fill in the holes where I'm gonna fill in the holes, go through and fill all of that in, because that's gonna need time to dry. So while that's drying, maybe I will go ahead and do the cut-in. Like, just go ahead and start painting and do the cut-in, because I know that has to dry and I have to sand it. And then on day 2, maybe, I can go through and roll out all the rooms. That's what I hope that I can get accomplished. Now, some of the holes I started to fill in, but again, because my feelings got the best of me, I stopped. And I was like, that's the project for a different day. And I just kind of left it. So some of them are already kind of filled in. So because past me kind of got the ball rolling, I'm hoping that current me will not have too much trouble. I'm just going to pace myself. I'm going to get done what I can. And I'm just going to take my time, because my goal with anything that I do is to be able to enjoy the process, not give into the frustration of how challenging it is or any obstacles that I may run into, and keep the process as simple as possible. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Wish me luck. So I just finished cleaning the walls, and I just want to say I'm glad that's done. I clean pretty much on a regular, but just like I anticipated, it was a challenge. And I even had to go over the bedroom walls with just my rag even after using the mop, because it was kind of dusty in here. And so I think that cleaning the walls is a very, very important step that does not need to be skipped, because you don't want to paint dust onto the wall. Like, you don't want to have the dust under a fresh coat of paint. And with me changing the paint to white, I think it would be really noticeable if dust was under it. So I'm glad I took the time to make sure I got that taken care of. Now I'm getting ready to, like I said, fill in just the little imperfections that I have, like the little holes, like this right here. So I'm going to fill this hole in right here. It's just a, let's see. It's so small, but it needs to be filled in. I think it'll be noticeable under, the paint if we don't fill it in. So I thought we can do this part together. That's really all it is to it, and I can let that dry. And with this particular product, it says it dries within 30 minutes. So I should be able to paint over it within 30 minutes. But I'm gonna be honest. I think I am gonna be able to get my goals accomplished in 2 days. I do think that. Whereas I wanted to do painting on day 1 and day 2, I think day 1 is just gonna be for all of the prep that I'm doing, which is cleaning the walls, filling in these holes, and then I think I'm gonna call it a day. I think day 2 is just gonna be like an all paint day, and I'll just leave cutting in to day 2. But I do think that if I start early enough, I should be able to get it done. I say that now because I still got a little bit of energy, and that's the reason why I'm trying to preserve it, because I don't want to be so exhausted day 1 where day 2 is 7 days later. So I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to pace myself. So I filled in this hole right here. This is the only hole that needed to be filled in the bedroom. Now I'm just gonna go into the bathroom. There's a lot more that needs to be filled in there. Maybe I'm exaggerating. Maybe it's not that much, but it's more than this one little spot right here. So this is filled, this is drying. One bathroom is worse than the other. You'll see it. I mean, it's terrible. But that's the whole point. We're getting it together. So let me stop stalling. Let me go ahead and head in here. Let's go. Welcome to day 2. So it is day 2, which is paint day for me. And we're standing in the room that I've been avoiding. We're standing in the room that I've been avoiding, and the room that kind of started this whole journey of changing the paint color, because as you can see, I mentioned in a previous video that I tried to stall and delay, but the patchwork from the ceiling repair, you can see how it turned out. I couldn't match the paint color. The paint is not available. And it was just an unsuccessful attempt at trying to match it. Instead of continuing to try to match a color that I don't like, I decided to paint it. I decided to just paint it the color that I do want, since I had to repaint anyway. And this is the room that started everything. Even though I did the hallway first and I really wanted to move to a bedroom first, I woke up today saying, you know what, I'm gonna eat the frog first. Meet the frog. Meet my frog. So I've already talked about my feelings. I feel the same feelings today. So far I've just kind of taped off the light fixture. I've taped around the shower head, and I've sanded the places that I patched, these places, and now really all I have to do is go in and paint. And yeah, and I feel like the quicker I get started, the quicker I can get done. So I just need to get started. So I've started multiple projects in here, but it just feels so much and so overwhelming. And so I just stopped. That's just the truth. But today I am going to get these walls painted, because I feel like if I can get the walls painted and just make everything kind of cohesive, hide the imperfections or repair the imperfections, then I can move forward with other projects and just life in general. Just life in general. So that's it. That's where we are. You've met the frog. Let's hope that the frog turns into a prince by the time we're done with this video, okay? All right, I'm gonna get started. I am going to get started, and wish me luck. Wish me luck going into this. Okay. I guess I'm gonna work my way forward. What do you think? Like, I think I'm just gonna work. I know I need to do cutting in. I guess I'm just gonna work my way forward. It's just a lot. At this point, I'm just ready to just splash paint. Splashing the paint would look better than this. I don't have a plan. The end goal is just to get the walls painted. We'll just see how it turns out. We'll see together. Like, you'll be just as surprised as I am at the end of this. All right, see you soon. Bye. It's done. It's done. It is done. I'm trying to show you all angles. It's done. And I put this plastic shower curtain up just as a temporary solution. Also, so you're not distracted by the contrast of the actual shower and the color walls. So, it's done. What you want to talk about first? Do you want to talk about whether or not I learned my lesson? Or do you want to know how I feel? Which one you want to know? Since you can't answer in real time. Let me see, which one? Did I learn my lesson? Let's start there. If I tell you whether or not I learned my lesson, you can probably already guess how I feel. So, did I learn my lesson about setting ambitious goals? So, am I about to come to you and tell you I got 2 bathrooms and a bedroom done? No, I'm not. No, this is the only room that is done. The bathroom is done. And it almost did not get done, even though, so I painted the hallway and I was prepared. Like I went into this with proper expectations this time, that it was gonna be hard. That did not keep it from being hard. That didn't change anything. It was hard. It was very hard. In fact, the comment that I made right before I started about how I just wanted to splash the paint up, I had a moment and I came this close, about as close as the door frame is to the wall, to doing that. Like, I came this close because it was every bit as challenging doing a bathroom as I anticipated. But it's done, that's what matters. So what I'm learning, the whole purpose of this is to document my experience and what I'm learning. Here's what I'm learning. I may develop a routine and the routine may have to change. Like in the hallway, I felt like I solidified my paint workflow. When I got in here, my goal was just to get paint on the walls. I really wanted to test my theory, which is that changing the environment will help impact your mood. Going into this, yes, I started it, but it was not something that I wanted to do. And you could tell by the number of times I attempted before that, you know, sometimes I just let my emotions win and I just give up. But I knew I would eventually get it done, and here I am. This is the proof that eventually I got it done. But it was challenging for all the reasons that I thought it was going to be challenging. I just had to kind of accept my limitations and just, which is hard, right? So that part is very hard because I am a goal-oriented person. I like to set goals. The goal was to get the room painted. I just have to set smart goals, more realistic goals. Let me close this window. I'm not gonna stop setting ambitious goals. I'm sure you've heard the quote that says, I'm paraphrasing because I don't know it word for word, if you shoot for the moon, even if you miss, you'll land among the stars. This is the stars. I'm supposed to be introducing you to the prince, but it's now the stars. Just follow the analogies. Follow the analogies. And all the metaphors, the analogies, the metaphors, just just keep up. Just keep up. The goal was to get the room painted. Yes, in my heart, I wanted 3 rooms painted. I got 1. I did say something for us to do together. Remember, one of my concerns was doing behind the toilet. So what I did was I just kind of painted around it. You can't really see it, but let me see. Where can I sit you so you can see it? Maybe right there and you not fall. Okay. So if you can see back here, I didn't finish this. I still have some paint right here. Let me move it. Can I bring you closer? No, because I want you to be able to see the demonstration. Okay, so basically what I'm supposed to do, I'm supposed to put the paint in here. Yeah, that's not working how I thought it was gonna work. But ultimately, we're supposed to get paint on here. And this is supposed to extend as well to be able to help us get back here. Okay, I'm really trying to get it saturated, and I think it is. All right. Can you see it? I'm nervous. I'm gonna bring you closer. Okay, that's probably better for you. Okay, let me say this. Something is better than nothing. Doing something back here is better than doing nothing back here. I'll take it. I'll take it. Let me see, let me see if I can get you down here so you can see down here. But this is supposed to help with this area. You get to see me use the small roller because now I need to kind of fix this. It's done. Hopefully you saw the demonstration of how the tool worked and how it helped me to get behind the toilet. So, because if I didn't have that tool, I would not have been able to paint behind the toilet. Like, I can't really think of a way that I would have been able to do it. So, I'm very thankful for that tool. That slender paintbrush to be able to get behind the toilet, because it helped the paint be able to be flawless even behind the toilet, even though it's such a narrow space and I have no way of moving the entire toilet. So, all in all, I'm happy with the color, but the goal was to get this room painted, and it's painted, and I'm thankful because, like I said, this is the room that started this entire journey, and this room is done. And So how do I feel? I feel accomplished. I feel very accomplished. And I still feel anxious because now that I have got the ball rolling, I'm ready to get into styling and designing and things like that. But I still have more rooms to paint. So I'm trying to stay with painting and keep the painting momentum going since I am painting the whole house. I'm trying to keep that momentum going before getting into styling and designing. If you can't tell, I like to work in categories. I think it just kind of makes things easier. So, but I'm very, very happy to have the primary bathroom done, which for the longest time it's had so many imperfections in here with, the paint. But I am anxious to get into styling and designing it now that I have a clean canvas to work with. But yeah, it's done, guys. It's done. So I've learned my lesson. I will still continue to set goals. I'm still gonna set goals. I'm not gonna not set goals. It wouldn't be me if I didn't. But I will be mindful of my limitations, which is I'm one person and I have a very strong attention to detail. So I think painting one room a day is more realistic than 3 rooms every time I go into this project. Alexis, just say you're gonna do 1 room a day. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I had fun. Thanks for being here because you guys kept me in the game. Like, you kept my head in the game because I wanted to finish this for you. I really did. So thanks for being here. You really kept my head in the game and helped me to stay focused on completing this project this time. So I appreciate you for being here. All right, until the next video.